Hey folks, Leo here, and welcome back to another video where I'm gonna analyze my games with the Philidor defense. So in the last video, I analyzed this game with this guy, where I played one variation where I exchanged the knights, attacking with a fork, with a pawn, because I see a lot of game with the Philidor and I see this variation, so I use it because I want to get more influence in the center. So, and the other one was one variation that I didn't have studied, and he is trying to make a fork here in the rook and in the queen, so I prevented, but the correct way is not this, and is this, because we attack the pawn and the bishop at the same time. So I tried to make this again in other one games that I want to show here. The other one is this. So I played e5 and d6. So the bishop comes, the knight comes, and it's the same vision where this guy used it here. So I just, I just used this option, we have the same position here, but at this time I learned, and so I attacked the center with the pawn again here. The answer is a blunder, and I think it's so. I can capture with the knight, and maybe I can get one knight in the end of all these games and all the exchanges. So I just played and captured the bishop, and I captured the knight. So now I have one great advantage in material, and he attacked the center, making the support of the pawn, and I attack the center of the bishop, start to develop. So I just now see the attacking the queen, and I move the queen to g2, and he came with the rook because the rook is making some, the rook is completely attacked. So he moved the king, but now the king is completely unprotected. So I apply this attack with the bishop, and I will win a queen, and he played with the king here, and I just took it the queen because it's one of the best moves here. So I just will win a queen and a rook here again. So he moved the king, and now I have one king completely opened here, and I can attack here. So my queen is completely aggressive here. So the bishop can go to the game at any moment. So he starts attacking with the knight, but I just attacked the king. So he moved the bishop to here, and he resigned. So what I want to share is this. At this time, the important is that here I'm, this is the only move that works, right? Because it's a critical option. If he won't capture, I just can capture the knight. And the same thing here, if I attack here, and if he attack here, so I can just take the knight. If he capture him, I can go to here, and if he goes here, I go here, and if he captures here, I just capture here, and I have the advantage too. So the same way to this guy, And to this game against this guy wasn't a Philidor because he played the a4, but I make it with the same moves of the Philidor defense. So I just tried to see something, but I didn't have learned it too much, and I didn't have see that this is a blunder because I can just sacrifice the knight here, and he can't take because if he takes, it's just a checkmate. He just can He just don't have any type of escape for the king. So the king is completely attacking him. He's completely opening. So I have one bishop here too. This will be a very easy if I didn't have this bishop here. Is just one or maybe only two moves to attack this king. But I didn't have c, so I completely missed it and so just prepared one counter attack. So he just make it more mistakes. I make it the b6. So I make the a5. And here I take it the b7 to bishop b7 because I want to target this rook in any some time. So he replies putting the bishop here and I attack developing the knight being the 7 and he developed his knight. So he just sent me to attack here, and if I attack here, is checkmate too, because he will need to sacrifice the rook. And in the end, I will start to attack him more and more, and all the pieces will just one. So when he moves here, I can just go here, and it's a good option. But now I can capture here, and so I have a lot of positional and material advantage. The king goes to here, I can capture another pawn, or maybe do some type of attack with the queen here. But I played against a5 capturing, and he didn't have capture because he wants to attack with the rook. I castled c5, b5, bishop a3, and rook e8. So I played with the knight b6, and so I take it the knight by b6, and I attack it here. So it has a bishop here. It's all completely well positioned. The bishop here is saving the rook. The rook is still on the air, and the ideas of attack still are on the air, but I just want to develop the pieces. So the idea here is to bring this pawn. When I bring it this pawn, he just started to attack here, but I just came in with this other attack. He started to castle, and after the castle, I just advanced the pawn, and I think it more and more, and so I think which I can sacrifice this bishop here and maybe activate the rook at this moment. So now I win it one pawn because he completely blocked the rook, right? And now I'm trying to make everything here safe. It's a little bit hard, but these knights can make some types of move that I like it. And now he replies with this knight. So I just captured, and now he moved the queen, proposing and just proposing some types of exchange. But I didn't have seen that the the queen is completely hanging here. So I'm gonna lose material, but not. He didn't have capture because he wants to make some type ideas of checkmate attack. So now I just put the rook here to protect more this pawn and to protect all these other squares here because the queen can take the iron here and the knight can attack all these squares and the rook is here making the progress and the rook is saving the knight and the knight is defending the pawn at the same time and the king is defending the rook and the other pawn and this rook is defending here so I think which is all defended here so I just see that he don't have any type of ideas and I advanced the pawn so he start to improve the attack but I just attacked here and after king g1 and the attack of the knight and the rook knight e3 check he moved here f2 king f2 and I just captured the rook taking more material and making more serious pressure here and I just need off one more move to have another queen on the board so he just abandoned it he just completely resigned so here is completely different now I think that hey I can improve this but now I want to come back with this idea which here is a mistake is not a mistake only one move here wins which is this and it's not a hard way you just need to capture with the pawn but he captured with the bishop so I just recapture with the knight and when he captures I win more material the game is completely unbalanced for my position with the black pieces and coming back to the other one games the same thing is here because I don't need to save the queen and the rook with two moves against just one move of knight. I can just manage this and I have the best position here. One of best positions here. Because the computer recommends this. Exchange here. Exchange here. No, he is recommending to attack the knight. So with the knight's captures, I just take with the king. But if the knight didn't capture, he just came back to f3 and I attack the knight and it's a completely winning position because the bishop is going to here and if the knight goes to here I just can start to make improving here attacking the knight here and now this is a pretty good option that I have to do now the knight is completely unsafe he will start to be captured and if I recapture I just do this and he can't recapture with the queen so if it comes to here I I just have one of the most winning positions right so against this variation the weapon is this which is a simple weapon but it's not so it's not so intuitive but it's a great weapon. So, the video of the day is this. I wanted to bring these two games, one where I learned how to react against knight f3, gc4, and knight d5, and I look at the I make it a good game, but I didn't have the best game, right? So this is the this is the video. So if you want more videos with the Philidor lessons, you can put in the comments. Let me know in the comments. So thanks for watching, and we will see you the next time. Bye bye.